Okay, guys, hang on 1 minute here. Gotta turn on more light. Perfect. Okay, now you can see me. Okay. All right. So I haven't done a wrestling video in a really long time, so I thought I would actually do one right here. Um, so I gotta look at my notes, and we'll get started. The first thing we need to discuss in this video is a lot of changes are going on right now in a lot of different companies. It's been reported that um, a lot of talent might be leaving WWE. Some have already granted uh, releases, such as Hideo Itami or Kenta. Um, he most likely will probably go back to New Japan, um, either that or AEW, maybe Ring of Honor. We're not exactly sure right now what's going on with that situation. The 90-day clause kicks in, so he can't compete for 90 days. Um, the other thing that will be happening is Mike and Maria Kanellis have also been granted their release, so they're going to be free agents as well. They'll be probably going to a different company. I know AEW is probably on the top of their list, as of Ring of Honor. So a lot of different changes are going on. PJ Black has officially signed with Ring of Honor, and they've also got a bunch of indie talent that they've recently signed, like PCO. So they're building their company up again from the talent that is left. I think that's good for Ring of Honor. They're trying to, get back to where they were a few years ago with their talent increase. Um, AEW has been signing a lot of great international talent of late, plus Kenny Omega, Young Bucks, Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes, Pac, which is Neville. Um, they're within talks with Randy Orton actually. When his deal is done with WWE, he might be going there. And then you also have the Usos; they might be headed there in the Revival. So a lot of talent might be headed to AEW very soon here. And then the commentary, the announcers have been, contacted. They've been talking to Jim Ross, Mike Today, a few other announcers, that might be interested in doing their programming. I really think that they mean business here. They're signing up a lot of talent, plus their partnership with a promotion from China. I think that they're really showing that they're serious about this. Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix have also signed short-term deals with them. It's also been reported that Jack Swagger, when his contract is up, he might be headed there. Um, One other note that I wanted to point out here is John Cena has an injury. That's why he was not competing at the Royal Rumble. We don't really know what's going on with that situation, whether he's going to be back for WrestleMania. We kind of hope so. The other thing that's going on is Dave Batista would like a match at WrestleMania, but he's not been talked or contacted to this far. Is going further. So it's not on his end. He's getting ready to shoot a movie, but still he's saying, hey, I want to compete. He wants a match against either The Rock or Triple H to end his career. I say give it to him. The guy's a Hall of Famer. I mean, you have to have a top star competing at WrestleMania, and Seth Rollins is out right now. They're concerned about his lower back, and so you have to have other storylines building for WrestleMania here. Um, what did I think of Royal Rumble? I watched it all the way through. I thought it was much better than last year. I like the fact that they're pushing Seth Rollins. That's good. Concerned about what they're going to be doing with Dean Ambrose, going further with obviously the Elimination Chamber coming up, and that should be a pretty good, interesting pay-per-view because you have lots of good matches booked there. I like the fact Becky Lynch won the Women's Royal Rumble. Um, and I think that if they decide to do Asuka versus Charlotte Flair again, that should be a pretty good match for WrestleMania. Um, Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch, I think, would be a very good, solid match. The women's tag team division and those titles, I'm kind of up in the air about this. I think it's neat that they're having a tournament, but I don't think that they should focus on that just in the women's division. I mean, you have two championships that need to be defended going forward. Um, and I think that they need to develop a lot more of their talent from NXT. Like Nikki Cross is a wonderful talent, and she can do a lot of things. Um, then you have the Iconics, for example. Like if they end up winning the tag titles, I would be okay with that. Um, I don't know. There's just so much going on in wrestling right now. We saw the debut of EC3 on Monday Night Raw. He was being interviewed by Alexa Bliss, and Alexa Bliss is back to competing. I think that's good. Raw, I thought, was actually much better than it has been in a few weeks. I like the fact that you bring out some Hall of Famers like Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle competing. That kind of helps the fans, get a little bit more into it. The tag team division, I think, is getting much better. I like the fact that Ryder and Hawkins are going to be back together as a tag team. That should have happened a long time ago, in my opinion. I always thought they were a very talented tag team in the early years of WWE on SmackDown. I don't know. I'm getting a little bored with Renee Young on commentary. I have to be honest. Um, it's, I don't know. I just feel like the flow of Monday Night Raw is not how it was when they had like Jonathan Coachman, um, or Jerry the King Lawler, or Jim Ross. I don't know. And trust me, like I don't. It's not because the whole women's pushing the women thing. Like that's not the issue. It's just some things work and some things don't.